We went to Shades of Green at Walt Disney World, and we're here to tell you about it.
So if you're after a room review, it's going to be up over here, because that's not what this is. We're not doing that this time around.
No, we're telling you about the resort as a whole. If you're here to learn about Shades of Green as a resort, you're in the right place. What is Shades of Green?
So Shades of Green is going to be a military-specific hotel that is operating at the deluxe level. And when we say deluxe level, we're comparing it to your other Disney resorts. So like the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian. It's deluxe.
Well, and a little bit of Disney history. It used to be a Disney Deluxe hotel.
It did. It was known as the Golf Resort.
Before it was bought by Army MWR and leased on the land for the next 100 years.
100 years, I think it was, yeah.
So,
but being a deluxe resort, it's got hallways on the inside.
It's also eligible for the deluxe resort special offerings by Disney, like
extra magic
magic hours. Yep.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So Shades of Green is a deluxe resort. So if you're like, don't want moderate or deluxe, Shades is a deluxe resort. So when we're looking at eligibility requirements, Shades is limited to the armed forces and their families and other uniformed services. So NOAA and the Public Health Service.
Now there are specific, so active duty, obviously, totally eligible, but disabled veterans, DoD civilians, their sponsored guests, there are specific rules, and we are not the right people to ask about the nitty-gritty details. If you have questions about whether or not you're eligible to stay at Shades of Green, give them a call or visit their website.
Yep, it's linked in the description. So we've been a number of times. Where is Shades of Green?
It's in the Disney bubble.
It is in the bubble. It's not actually a bubble.
It's not. We call it a bubble. It is across the street from the Polynesian, which is part of the Magic Kingdom resort loop, near the monorail and the TTC. Unfortunately, no longer accessible by walking. Used to be.
Oh, that made me sad when they took that away.
Everybody said that they took that away. You don't
Anyway.
like it? Right, Disney.
Now, Shades of Green is just west of the Polynesian, just south of the Grand Floridian. So, I mean, it is spitting distance. It's seriously like a 3-minute walk in. either direction.
Unfortunately, but also fortunately, the only transportation provided from Shades to the various places is by bus.
Yep, and we'll be talking about that later. But
But it's not on the monorail, and it doesn't have a ferry. When I think of Shades, I don't think of the restaurants. I wonder if people even know that it has restaurants.
it does, actually. There's 3 of them and 2 cafes. We're going to talk about that when we talk about dining in a minute. But other than the restaurants and the dining, there's pools. 2 of them.
The Magnolia pool
Yep,
and the Mill Pond pool.
and the Mill Pond pool, because they can't call it the Mickey pool.
It is a Mickey pool, though.
Oh, remember when we said it used to be a Disney resort? Well,
Now, one
there's
of
that.
those pools has the whole slide and splash area.
Yep, and
with
it's a whole water park, basically.
And the other one is more like a quiet pool with a hot tub.
Yep.
Also, at the resort, we have the business center. I think they actually call it a technology center, not a business center.
It's still a business center. There's going to be a computer there. It's got free Wi-Fi, plenty of room to work. It's a place to operate.
I do want to note, though, that they do have TVs in that space that are often playing children's programming. And also, they make pages overhead for people who are visiting the ticket center, which also is on site. So if you're going to use the business center, do not expect quiet.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Next door to that, though, is the ticket center.
Is the ticket center, and that's where you're going to buy your tickets. We've also got the exchange is out there, which there's an exchange in the bubble.
I want to put an asterisk for the exchange. If you are not staying on base, but you are eligible, you may drive up, flash your ID at the gate, and go visit the exchange, even if you're not staying there.
Yep, we've done that a number of times. So the exchange is there for the use of those that are staying.
Oh, right. You can buy cigarettes at the exchange.
Yep.
It's like the only place at Disney that
It's
you
the
can.
only place. No, we don't smoke anymore, but it's there if you do. Now, we said it was the golf resort, and that's because there's 2 golf courses there, and you don't play, but I do, and they're actually really good courses.
I found that if you don't play golf and your spouse does, a good place to visit is the Magnolia Spa, where you can get a facial, nails,
Massage.
toes, massage, hair. They also do princess and pirate makeovers for children.
You don't hear about a lot of those. I mean, if we're being brutally honest, it's offered, but
It's the knockoff Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
yeah.
It is considerably cheaper. Again, you have to be eligible for Shades to use it, and it doesn't provide the costuming, only the hair and makeup.
But you can get the costume at the exchange. There's free transportation to the parks. That's another one of the amenities they've got going on.
The buses.
They're using buses.
Which they increased because of the walkway.
And then there's a fitness center because, well,
Weigh-ins at Disney.
weigh-ins at Disney. Oh my goodness. But yeah, they've actually got a really nice fitness center. Top of the line gear.
Not mentioned in your notes, but is worth a mention, is the grounds themselves are just absolutely stunning.
It is a gorgeous resort.
There are fountains, little lakes and rivers, and little patches where they've set up seating for you just to take in the scenery. The restaurants at Shades,
Yep.
let me tell you, none of them are particularly amazing in my opinion,
No.
but they are completely and totally fine.
There's 5 or 6 restaurants on site. And we start in the morning with breakfast at the Garden Gallery.
The Garden Gallery used to serve breakfast and dinner buffet style.
Yep.
They are working towards restoring the dinner buffet before we talk about this. It doesn't exist currently.
But in the morning, it's breakfast.
That's correct.
Excellent. And we've done the Garden Gallery breakfast buffet, and there's a lot of enunciation there. And I'm a fan of it because that's where I get my potatoes and gravy, as it were. Tater tots with sausage gravy. It's delicious.
You know, Hayden called me and he was quite jealous that we had breakfast at the Garden Gallery because
You never got to.
well, he thought those eggs looked an awful lot like some DFAC eggs.
It's
And
true.
he says he knows he's the weirdo, but his boot camp eggs, he misses them.
You know what? It's a military thing. So,
So the other restaurant across the way, Mangino's.
yep.
Personally, it was my favorite of all the restaurants we've tried.
And so it's more of an Italian style restaurant. It is, of course, family friendly, being at a resort. And so steaks, pastas, chicken, and it's good. And it's like I said, it's family friendly, so can't go wrong with Mangino's, especially for the price.
Evergreens. I take back everything I said about the food being mediocre.
I love
has
Evergreens.
Really good French fries.
They do. So Evergreens is the poolside sports bar, and of being a sports bar, they're going to have drinks. They've got a really good menu for that selection, and you can take those out to the pool. But then they've also got pizza and burgers and wings and sandwiches and like
I
Andrea
actually liked their buffalo wings, and I don't normally like buffalo.
Yeah, we don't like buffalo. I mean, like
Yeah, they used to have a deal with the pizza and the wings.
I think they still do. So now after that, we have the Express Cafe, which is downstairs by the buses.
Those
That's where you-
burritos will feed a whole family.
Oh my goodness. So the the Express Cafe is just that. It's express food as you're leaving the resort to go get on the bus to get into the parks.
Now, I will say, he says it's express, you grab and go, that it's too much food to take and you can't have the food on the bus. They're not going to let you.
Correct.
So eat at the tables. Don't try to eat it on the bus.
But yeah, their burritos are huge and breakfast sandwiches are
Now,
spot on.
upstairs is a little ice cream shop,
Yep, the Java Cafe.
which also serves coffee. And this location is actually a Starbucks
Yep.
with Starbucks drinks.
Yep. So you can walk in, get your pink drink if you want. I mean, it's a Starbucks. And then because Shades is always doing Shades things, they recently brokered the deal, and now you can get Dole Whip there as well. So
I
didn't get it in the park.
guarantee you that came from destroying the walkway for the Poly.
Because I mean, you would walk over.
Disney was like, okay, fine. The ticket and attractions office.
looking
Now,
at the ticket and attractions office.
I have never actually had to use the window.
No, I haven't either.
I have always made our orders through online, which I can go to their website, as we stated before, it's in the description, and go to experiences and tickets, and there's an order form.
Yep. Okay, so when we're talking tickets and attractions, you don't have to go to Disney to get your tickets. You can actually get your Disney World, Universal, Legoland, SeaWorld, all of your different parks and attractions.
Kennedy Space Center.
You can get that too. You get them all through the military at the MWR ticket office that they have at Shades of Green. And you can purchase it on site, or you can purchase your tickets before you go. And you're fluent with this process.
I am, and I just want to note that Shades is not special. Any base with an MWR office offers the same things. It is the same stuff. The only benefit to buying through Shades directly that you can't have at your standard MWR office is the tickets come pre-activated.
Yep, it's not a blue card voucher that you have to stop by guest services.
It's not a voucher anymore, or even a hard ticket that's still not activated. You get an actual, it has a Disney character on it, ticket. I wish I had one. I do somewhere, but character on it ticket that is already activated. You are good to go. Now, if you elect to use the online ordering system, please fill in your form all the way, have it signed by the authorized member, and submit it to the email address on the website or on the form, and then wait. And then wait.
And then wait.
And then wait. It will take them a week or so to call you
They're busy.
to process your order. It takes about a week.
It's a first come, first serve thing, and like I said, they're busy.
There are multiple room types at Shades of Green, and you wouldn't know it.
7 of them specifically.
So they have some suites.
Yep, they do.
2 of them, in fact. Well, the
it's-
big suites. The big suites.
Yeah. Okay.
When
so
we say suites, everybody knows we mean
the big
the
suite.
big suites.
Okay, so we start off with the Magnolia Suite, and this one's the big expensive one. It's 1,800 square feet. That's bigger than like our last 3 houses.
Well, and it's recently renovated and
It
never
is.
available.
No, it's hard to get. But it sleeps 10. It's got 4 queen beds, 2 sleeper sofas, 2 bathrooms, and it's like $670 a night.
Depends on your eligibility level, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Magnolia Suite. Then you have the Palm Suite.
Slightly older, slightly smaller, same
Yep.
idea. Sleeps 10 people.
Yep, sleeps 10, 4 queen beds, 2 single sofas, 2 bathrooms. It's like $590 a night. Again, based on eligibility.
Now the family suite, we've actually stayed in this one. I don't know
Oh,
how I
yes.
managed to snag that, but it ended up being perfect because we had the 3 kids at the time,
Yep.
all 3 of them teenagers. The family suite sleeps 8 people.
Yep.
It has its own king-size bed and its own bedroom
Yep.
with a bathroom for the parents. In the main space, you have 3 queen beds. I know this sounds weird, but there are literally 3 beds in the living room.
Yep.
Don't worry, it works. Along with a couch, TV. I do believe it had a microwave in this one.
It did, which is a big deal. And again, 2 bathrooms, and that's like $410 a night.
Now we can speak on this one because we stayed in that one.
Yeah, and the family suite's cool. Big fan.
The garden suite, slightly smaller. 2 queen sleeper sofas, 2 bathrooms, a king bed, $400 a night.
Yep, sleep 6. And then you've got the junior suite, which isn't really...
Which apparently sleeps 67.
It does not. That's I got fat fingers when I was writing my notes. So the junior suite sleeps 6. It's got 3 queen beds, 2 bathrooms, and it's $380 a night.
Now, poolside rooms.
Yep.
We haven't done one. They're the same as standard rooms. They're just located near the pools. And I would want to consider one, I think, when it's just you and I, maybe.
Now, poolside rooms are going to cost just a little more, $10-15 more a night. And again, sleeps 5. That's 2 queen beds, a sleeper sofa, and a walkout. And then your standard room, which, just like a poolside room, usually has a veranda or a balcony. This is where we wind up usually staying. Sleeps 5, 2 queen beds, sleeper sofa, $160 a night, starting. And then again, that's based on your eligibility, which is going to be based on your rank or pay grade.
The business center. I had the opportunity recently to utilize it.
The business center is super cool. I mean, yeah, you can go in, you got a conference call, you got a meeting. It's a good space for it. It provides free Wi-Fi. There is plenty of space to work. There's workstations for personal use and business use. And like I said earlier, the workstation is set up for those that are military. It's got a CAC reader attached to it, and the workstation itself resets itself every 45 minutes to get rid of any personal data that you put on it.
Now, I am going to say, for anybody who's coming to Shades and needs to do work, to bring your own computer, do not expect that one computer to be available, because there is literally just one.
So, yes, every 04 out there, I'm talking to you right now. When the rest of the family is recovering from churros and fireworks the night before, and you're sitting down in the lobby filling out your command climate survey or piggybacking off of what the commander's email said at 0800 on a Tuesday morning, it is best to really bring your own computer if you're going to do that. The Wi-Fi is great, and the business center is great, but really, a cup of coffee on your government laptop in the lobby is the place to be. And you won't be alone. There's always people doing that.
You also can do this in your room. There is free Wi-Fi. It makes it all the way to the rooms. They do have a little laptop table. They also have a full dining table. So if you don't have distractions in the room, or you're not trying to let people sleep, you can also do this in your room.
Yep.
And also, little secret in your pocket, you can also go to Springs to catch a bus to any other Disney resort and use their business center.
Yes.
Deluxe resorts are where it's at.
Deluxe resorts really are where it's at.
Shades is the only Disney resort that has
A parking garage. And
And
it feels like a parking garage. If you've ever been to DC or really any military facility with a parking garage, you know what I'm talking about. And when you come pulling into that sucker, it's, I'm back home.
Now, parking is not free. It does cost $17 a day. There is an hourly rate if you're visiting for less than a day, but I don't know what it is. It is protected with arms and uses the room keys to open.
Yep.
But it's covered, keeps your car nice and cool, except for that top floor. And it does fill up. So if you are staying at the resort and you're not staying for the fireworks, get your car in the garage because it's gonna get full. There is also
Surface parking with the
golf,
the golf
but
course,
that's not. There's electrical charging for electrical cars, and there's valet options available.
Yep. So that's something to take into consideration. Now, parking is one thing, but then transportation is the other. We've talked about the buses a couple of times, and Shades has buses that go out and make the loop to the different parks and to Springs.
But they are Shades buses, not Disney buses, so they pick up and drop off in different places than the Disney buses.
Yep. So definitely something to keep your eye on. And again, if you have questions, it's all on the website. That kind of thing.
Shades is one of our favorite resorts.
Oh, absolutely.
It really is. I didn't think it would be. When we first booked it, I was like, oh, but it's not Disney. It doesn't have to be. It feels like home.
It feels like an MWR facility because honestly it is. But when you make the statement that it feels like home, it really does. And
We make a game of it too. Every time we go, we look for the obligatories.
Oh yeah, I love the alligators because they got the alligators. It's when I'm at home, it's an alligator. When we're at Shades, they're alligators, and it's
They've got plenty of little water spots for these little creatures to live in, and if you look hard enough, you will find them.
oh yeah, you want to see alligators? Go to Shades. Anyway, it is one of our favorites, and if you go, we really do hope that you enjoy your stay because it really is a great resort.